Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to take a deep dive into the evolution of surveillance. It's one of those technologies that has just completely and kind of quietly reshaped our world. We're going to journey all the way from a super simple camera pointing at a TV screen to, well, to a massive global network of devices that don't just watch anymore.
All right, so here's the plan for today. First, we'll break down the basic anatomy of a CCTV system. Got to know the fundamentals, right? Then we'll jump into the big leap from analog to IP. After that, it's the really cool stuff, the battle of the cloud brain versus the edge brain. And of course, we have to talk about the huge dilemma around facial recognition, which leads us straight into the big question. How do we balance security and privacy? Okay, let's kick things off with the anatomy of a CCTV system. Before we can even touch on all the cool smart cameras and AI, we have to get a handle on the basic building blocks. These are the pieces that every single system is built on, whether it's from the 70s or from today. So really, what is a modern surveillance system? We throw around the term CCTV all the time, but what's actually under the hood? Let's break down what that really means and what pieces you absolutely have to make it all work. So the key phrase here is right in the name, closed circuit. Think about it. Unlike regular broadcast TV that, goes out to everyone's living room, this is a private system. The signal is totally contained. It only goes to specific authorized monitors. It's all about targeted security and observation, not entertainment. And these are the essential parts of that closed circuit. You've got the cameras, pretty obvious, they're the eyes of the whole operation. Then you have the recorders and storage, which act like the system's memory, holding on to everything it sees. The monitors give you the view, and tying it all together are the cables. They're basically the nervous system of the whole setup. Okay, so now that we've got the basics down, let's talk about the first huge leap forward. And this was a game changer. We're talking about the jump from those old grainy analog tapes to the super crisp digital IP systems. This one change, man, it redefined literally everything. And you can really see the difference here. It's night and day. Analog systems, they were low res, clunky to set up, you needed dedicated cables for everything. But then comes IP, Internet Protocol, and it completely changed the game. Suddenly you have high resolution, you can just plug into your existing computer network, and you get all these powerful new features, like cloud storage and automatic alerts. It was like going from a sleepy security guard to an always-on, super smart security tool. So what's holding all this amazing IP tech together? Believe it or not, it's the humble Ethernet cable. But not all cables are created equal. As you can see, you've got different categories, like Cat5e, Cat6, Cat7, and they have hugely different capabilities. The cable you choose really dictates what your system can do. It's the difference between a simple setup for your home and something powerful enough to run a massive data set. All right, now for the next big revolution, and this one is happening right now. It's all about AI. And this has created a whole new super critical question. When you're designing a system, where does the brain live? Do you put it in some massive centralized cloud, or do you put it right on the camera itself, out at the edge? And look, this is where it gets really wild. AI isn't just about recording video anymore. It's about interpreting what's happening in real time. It can spot patterns, detect weird anomalies, and send out alerts, all without a person having to stare at a screen for hours. The camera isn't just a passive eye anymore. It's actually understanding what it sees. This is where the idea of edge AI comes from. So instead of having to send these huge video files all the way to a server farm somewhere in the cloud to be analyzed, the AI does all the heavy lifting right there, on the device itself. The processing happens locally. It's a totally decentralized approach that puts the intelligence right where the action is, at the edge of the network. And when you actually put these two side by side, the difference is just staggering. Seriously, look at the latency, the delay. Edge AI is practically instant, under 20 milliseconds. The cloud, you could be waiting up to half a second. And the cost? It's not even a contest. But maybe the biggest deal is the security risk. With the cloud, all your data is in one big, juicy target for hackers. With Edge AI, it stays on your device, making it so much safer. It's pretty clear the Edge has some major advantages. Okay, but get a load of this number. 10,000 times. That is how much more energy efficient modern Edge AI processors are compared to doing the same job in the cloud. That is just insane. And it's not just about, a lower electricity bill. This incredible efficiency is what lets us pack super powerful AI into tiny devices that can run on a battery. But, and this is a really big but, all this incredible power brings a massive challenge with it. Because the sophisticated AI has led us straight into the facial recognition dilemma. This is where a tool that was designed to keep us safe suddenly starts looking like a threat to our freedom. Yeah, the widespread use of facial recognition technology, or FRT, is setting off some serious alarm bells. Human rights groups are pointing to some huge concerns. We're talking about our basic right to privacy, our freedom of speech, and our right to assemble peacefully. There's also a big problem with non-discrimination, because a lot of studies have shown this tech can be really biased. And then there's this idea of a chilling effect, the fear that if you know you're being constantly watched and identified, you might just stop speaking your mind or going to protests. And this quote from Privacy International really just says it all. They say, quote, "The UK risks leading the way to a surveillance society that undermines the very principles of privacy, freedom, and justice that underpin a democratic society." Wow. I mean, that's a really powerful warning, right? It's basically saying we have to have a serious public debate about where we as a society are going to draw the line on this. So where do we go from here? That is the big question. How do we find that balance between the obvious benefits of security and our fundamental right to privacy? And with the market for all this tech absolutely exploding, it's not just a philosophical question. It's become a $100 billion one. And I'm not kidding about exploding. Just look at these numbers. The global market is already at about $41.5 billion this year. By 2033, it's projected to shoot past $108 billion. That's more than double. The sheer size of this tells you that this technology isn't some niche thing anymore. It's being woven right into the fabric of our daily lives. So let's just recap the journey we've been on here. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. In just a couple of decades, we've gone from a single camera wired to a TV in a back room to this huge interconnected web of smart sensors that are constantly analyzing and making sense of the world around us in real time. And that whole journey leaves us with one last really critical question to think about. As this technology gets smarter and smarter every single day, who is it that's supposed to be watching the watchers? Who makes sure that all of this power stays fair?
For free CCTV practice tests, click the link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen. Start practicing today and prepare with confidence.